out of play on the third base side, and the count's 1-2. Tiarina at first base being held on by Widener. Now a throw over to first, not in time. Jackson's 1-2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson looks over to Widener at first. There's a ball outside, and that will load up the count at 3-2. Cisco and MCC. Weatherford. And Grayson. The 4 winners bracket teams. There's a shot foul down the third base side off the facing of the third base dugout. And the count remains full at 3-2. Tiarina at first base. The payoff pitch is popped up. And that's out of play. So Lewis will see pitch number 8 of the at-bat. There's a throw to first to keep Tiarina close. Gets back in time. Payoff pitch is fouled off again. The 3-2 pitch. There's a golf shot. This is out of play. Way out in front was Lewis. And Kyle will see pitch number 10 of the at-bat. Again, the payoff pitch. Another shot foul down the left side. An 11-pitch bat for Kyle Lewis. Tiarina establishes his lead at first. Runner takes off. Ball. Well, hold on. They said it hit him. So Lewis works an 11-pitch at bat and is hit by the 11th pitch. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Parker Ibrahimi. Parker hitting .341, a .472 on base percentage, 7 homers, 46 RBIs in the regular season. Jackson gets the sign from Brousseau. First pitch, misses outside, and the count's 1-0. Andrew Taylor is on deck. The 1-0. Inside corner. And the count's 1-1, and Chaparral fans not liking that call. The 1-1. That's above the letters. 2-1 to Ibrahimi. T-Rena at second, Lewis at first. Jackson with the 2-1 offering upcoming. Runner takes off for third. Pop-up. And the shortstop, Brandt, makes the catch for out number 2. Brings up Andrew Taylor. Taylor hitting .353. For 50 on-base percentage, 9 homers, and 41 runs batted in. Midland trying to cash in with runners at first and second. 2 down in the second. Jackson looks back at second. Now delivers. There's a change up above the letters. 1 ball, no strikes. Trace Holcomb is on deck. Jackson's 1-0. Misses up and in. 2-0 to Taylor. Lead at first and second for the Chaparral runners on base. There's a foul by Taylor. The count is 2-1. Hawks outfielders playing straight away. Jackson looks back at second. Here's the 2-1. There's a ball inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Holcomb waiting patiently on deck. The 3-1. Shot to left. And this is going to be trouble. This is going to reach the wall. 1 run is in. Lewis rounds third. He'll head for the plate. It's a 2-run double. Andrew Taylor. And Midland is on the board. It's 2-0. Lewis scores from first on the play. And that'll bring up Trace Holcomb. Holcomb hitting .340, a .387 on base percentage, 3 homers, and 36 runs batted in. Jackson looks back at second, now delivers. There's a ball above the letters, 1 ball, no strikes. Jake Martinez is on deck. There's a strike call on the inside corner. Ball and a strike to Holcomb. Martinez waiting on deck, the leadoff batter for the Chaparrals. Jackson delivers the foul out of play by Holcomb. And the count's 1-2. Two out, 2-run double by Andrew Taylor. As Midland on top by 2. Jackson delivers. Fastball. Up and away. 2-2 to Holcomb. Jackson looks in, gets the sign from Brousseau. And deals. Shot to left. And that's going to be pulled just a little bit foul. And Holcomb stays alive at 2-2. Taylor leading off of second. Here's the 2-2. And that hits Holcomb. He'll jog down to first. That'll give the Shaps runners at first and second with 2 outs. They go back to the top of the lineup. 7th batter of the inning for Midland. It's Jake Martinez. We're going to have a mound consultation, if you will, between Samuel Jackson and Mac Berceau. Martinez grounded to short in the first inning. And there's a ball that hops up, hits Berceau on the chest, and both runners move up a base. Now runners at second and third, a 1-0 count to Martinez. Matt Guthmiller is on deck. The 1-0. Shot to center field. And on his horse making the catch is Garcia, and that will do it for the inning. Chaps send 7 to the plate in the second inning. They score twice on 2 hits. No errors. And 2 runners left on base. We're through 2 complete in the second elimination game of the day. From McClinton Field in Waco, Midland 2. And Howard nothing. You're watching Region 5 tournament coverage in Waco on Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this. You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this. You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor...
There's a strike call to Tyler Large as he leads off the top of the third inning. He's hitting .341, .436 on base percentage, 6 homers and 48 runs batted in. The 0-2 is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Large. There's a ball, comes in a little bit low. Large stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Henry Garcia and Lee Matsuzaki to follow here in the 3rd inning. The 2-2. They call a swinging strike 3. Second strikeout for Daniel Bass. 1 down, back to the top of the lineup for the Howard Hawks. It's Henry Garcia. He's 0 for 1. Bass delivers. There's a ball low. And the count's 1-0. Lee Matsuzaki is on deck. Here's a grounder deep in the hole at shortstop. The throw is over to first, and the play is made for out number 2. Nice play by Martinez at short. And that brings up Lee Matsuzaki. Lee has Howard's lone hit of the ball game, a single back in the 1st inning. There's a ball up and in. 1-0. There's a swinging strike as it's appealed down to 3rd base. And Matsuzaki, even in the count, 1-1. Mac Berceau is on deck. Midland with a 2-run lead. Here in the 3rd, there's a ball that's fouled out of play. And the count's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matsuzaki. The 2-2 offering. Curveball is fouled off to the left side. The count remains 2-2. Bass delivers. Curveball just riding outside. Now a full count to Matsuzaki. 3-2. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bookended strikeouts for Bass in the inning. That's 3 in the game. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Howard. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning in this elimination game from McClinton Field in Waco. Midland 2 and Howard nothing. You're watching Region 5 baseball coverage on the Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio.
Andrew Taylor's 2 out, 2-run double in the second inning have the Chaps on top 2-0. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Midland. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Howard Hawks. Guth Miller will lead off the bottom of the third inning. He's 0 for 1. So Guth Miller takes the ball as we start the bottom of the third inning. Rumfield and Melendez to follow. There's a ball up and in to Jackson, from Jackson that is. And the count's 2-0. Guth Miller from Omaha, Nebraska. There's a grounder to second. Gutierrez will throw it to first for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Justin Rumfield. He flew out to right to end the first inning. Jackson delivers. Here's a fly ball to right center field. Underneath it is Garcia. He makes the catch for out number 2. Second baseman Xavier Melendez will step to the plate. He flew out to shortstop in the second inning. Jackson delivers. There's a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Arena is on deck. Grayson and Weatherford, the first winner's bracket game of the day, slated for a 4 p.m. start. Remains to be seen if we'll get close to that. More than likely, it's probably going to be closer to 5 o'clock. There's a ball outside. 1-2. Then we'll have Cisco and McLennan scheduled at 7. Here's the 2-1. And that's outside. 3-1 to Melendez. Brock Tiarina is on deck. The 3-1. Here's a pop-up to deep center field, but underneath it is Garcia. He'll make the catch for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Midland. We're through 3 complete in the Region 5 elimination game at McQuinlan Field. It is Midland 2 at Howard nothing. You're watching Region 5 baseball on the Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
My name is Emily.
Mac Brousseau will lead off the top of the fourth inning for Howard. 2 runs, 2 hits for Midland. No runs, 1 hit for the Hawks. Brousseau walked back in the first inning. Bass in his fourth inning of work deals a fastball inside as we get the fourth inning underway. Jimmy Dion and Matt Brandt to follow. In the Hawks fourth, the 3, 4, and 5 spots in their batting order. There's a curveball that gets across for strike 1. There's another fastball. Brousseau taking all the way, and the count is 1-2. The 1-2. Low and outside, gets scooped by Holcomb. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brousseau. Mexico Junior College will play in the consolation final, or the losers bracket final, at 10 o'clock in the morning. Winner of this game will play at 1 p.m. Fouled off by Brousseau. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bass delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Four strikeouts for Daniel Bass, 1 down. And that'll bring up Jimmy Dion. He had a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Bass rocks and fires. There's a ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes to Jimmy Dion. Dion from Quebec City, Quebec. There's a fastball right down the middle. The count is 1-1. Matt Brandt waiting on deck. Here's the 1-1 from Bass. Swing and a miss. Good riding action on the fastball to the outside. And the count is 1-2. Bass is 1-2. Inside. That'll leave the count at 2-2. Bass delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Daniel Bass. He struck out 3 in a row. Now 5 strikeouts in the game. 2 down, and that'll bring up Matt Brandt. Brandt walked back in the second inning. First pitch is popped up. Making the call is Melendez, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Howard. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning on the elimination game between Midland and the Howard Hawks. Midland leading 2-0. You're watching Region 5 baseball from Waco on the Centex Sports Network.
think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians. My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt.
On that two-run double by Andrew Taylor. There's a ball outside as we start the bottom of the fourth. Both pitchers have gone the distance for their respective clubs as the 1-0 from Jackson hits the corner, and the count is 1-1. Kyle Lewis, Parker Ibrahimi to follow in the inning. There's a shot to right center field. That's a base hit, and this gets by the right fielder. Heading for third is Brock Tijerina. That'll be a single and a two-base error. And Midland has something cooking in the fourth. And they're going to give him a hit. Yes, they are going to give him a hit and a two-base error. So that brings up Kyle Lewis. Lewis was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Jackson will set. He'll peek to third. Now delivers. There's a ball up and in. A ball and no strikes. Parker Ibrahimi is on deck. The 1-0. Fouled off. Evens up the count at 1-1. Lewis, a product of Cooper High School in Lubbock. The 1-1 above the letters. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tijerina leads off of third. Jackson's 2-1 is popped up, and this is going to go out of play on top of the overhang here at McClinton Ballfield. Counts 2-2 to Lewis. Jackson looks in, he gets a sign for Mac Brousseau. The 2-2. Fastball fouled off. So Lewis entering battle mode as he fights off a pitch. Short lead at third for Tijerina after his leadoff single and 2-base error. Lewis will take ball 3, 7th pitch of the at-bat. Payoff pitch coming up from Samuel Jackson. There's a long fly ball to left field. This should be deep enough to score the runner. The left fielder, Large, makes the catch. It's a sacrifice fly for Kyle Lewis. And it's now 3-0 Midland. That'll bring up Parker Ibrahimi. Parker flew out to shortstop in the second inning. There's a foul tip. And the count's 0-1. Andrew Taylor is on deck. Another chopper foul hung a left right at the bag. And the count's 0-2. The 0-2. Shot right back to Jackson. He'll throw it over to Widener. And there's two.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association.
There's a slider that catches the corner. The count's 0-1. Trace Holcomb is on deck. There's a long fly ball. This is going to be foul. And the count's 0-2. Jackson's 0-2. Misses outside. And the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson looks in, he gets his sign from Brousseau. The 1-2. And check swing foul. And the count remains 1-2. Jackson comes set, the 1-2. And that ball hops up to the plate. Now a 2-2 count to Taylor. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's a shot to right. And this is going to be trouble. This is going to get down the line for a base hit. Rounding first and heading for second is Taylor, and that's his second double of the afternoon. That'll bring up Trace Holcomb. Holcomb was hit by a pitch back in the second. Holcomb comes set. We'll look back at second. And now delivers. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. Jackson sets. He'll look back at Taylor at second. Now delivers. Pop up into left center field. Underneath it is Tyler Large, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. But the Shaps pick up another run in the inning on the sacrifice fly by Kyle Lewis. 1 run, 1 hit, make that 2 hits. No errors. Well, actually a big error. And 1 runner left on base. New scorer as we go through 4. It is Midland 3 and Howard nothing. You're watching Region 5 Baseball's elimination game from McClinton Field in Waco. You're watching it live on the Centex Sports Network.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We We are here at our third annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule.
Landon Widener will lead off the top of the fifth inning. He grounded into a double play back in the second. And Widener fouls it off as we get underway in the fifth inning. Hernandez and Gutierrez to follow in the fifth. Bass has gone the distance. He catches the inside corner, and the count's 0-2. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Midland. Howard with no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. It's a swing and a miss. Bass is settled in. 6 strikeouts. 1 down in the fifth, and that'll bring up third baseman Alan Hernandez. He walked in the second. Bass delivers, swing and a miss. And the count's 0-1. Christian Gutierrez is on deck. Bass works quick and gets Hernandez to foul it off. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off. The 0-2 from Bass. Bass ball outside. 1-2 to Hernandez. The pitch from Bass, swung on and missed. Nice slider. Now 7 strikeouts for Bass, 2 down. And that'll bring up Christian Gutierrez. He flew out to Lewis in center field in the second inning. It's a fastball outside, 1-0. Tyler Large is on deck. There's a ball that misses inside. 2-0 count to Gutierrez. Bass delivers. There's a fastball that goes right down the pipe. And the count's 2-1. 2 more games tonight. Winners bracket games. Grayson and Weatherford up next. Cisco and MCC come later on as Gutierrez is hit by the pitch. Ends a string of 9 straight retired. Brings up Tyler Large. Large struck out back in the third inning. There's a pop-up foul. And the count's 0-1 to Large. Henry Garcia is on deck. 3-4-0 for Midland. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for Howard. The 2-1. And that hits the inside corner. The count is 2-2, and Tyler Large was not crazy about that call. Gutierrez leading off at first. Rumfield holding him on. There's a ball. Slider outside, and the count's 1-2. Bass takes a long look at first. The 1-2 is fouled off. Gutierrez with a good lead at first. Rumfield holding him on. The 1-2. And that just missed the outside corner. Maybe a little bit low below the knees. And the count's 2-2. Thrower to first. Ball pops momentarily out of Rumfield's glove. Here's the 2-2 from Bass. Low, throw down to first. Oh, they call him safe. Oh, they thought they had the pick play down to a T. And the count's now 3-2 to Large. Howard dodging a bullet there. Gutierrez continues to lead off of first. Grounder, and this goes up the middle for a base hit. So just when you think you've executed the play, another one comes back around. So now runners at first and second with 2 down, and that'll bring up the leadoff batter, Henry Garcia. He is 0 for 2. And now we're going to have a mound visit. Conference is now over. Garcia steps in. Struck out in the first. Grounded out to short in the third. Here's a fly ball into right center field. Now making the call is Melendez. He'll make the catch for out number 3. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the last of the 5th at McClinton Field in Waco. Midland 3 and Howard nothing. You're watching Region 5 baseball action from Waco on the Centex Sports Network.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our third annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so
Jake Martinez will lead off the bottom of the fifth inning for Midland. They lead 3-0. Samuel Jackson has gone the distance for the Howard Hawks. There's a shot into left field. That's a base hit. Leadoff single by Martinez will bring up Matt Guthmiller. He is 0 for 2. So we'll keep an eye on first base. Good speed with Martinez. Here's a ball, and he takes second. Martinez had no trouble swiping that back. Counts 1-0 to Guthmiller with Rumfield on deck. Jackson looks in. Here's the 1-0. Ball upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Good lead at second by Martinez. There's a shot into right field. That's a base hit. Rounding third and getting the stop sign will be Martinez. So Guthmiller will give the Chaparrals runners at first and third, nobody out. And that'll bring up Justin Rumfield. Justin 0 for 2. Jackson looks to first. Now a ball above the letters. 1-0 to Rumfield. Xavier Melendez is on deck. One-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Rumfield. Rumfield, former Denton Bronco. Runner takes off. Here's a fly ball underneath it. And making the catch is Brousseau, and there's one down. Brings up Melendez. He's 0 for 2. Jackson peeks to third. He'll take a good look at first. Here's a long fly ball to left field. It's carrying. It's gone. Xavier Melendez has just doubled the score with a 3-run homer. It's 6-0 Midland. No doubt about that ball as it goes sailing over the 375 mark here at McClinton Field. And that brings up Brock Torino. Torino 2 for 2. There's a ball. Oh, wow, I was on the outside corner. And the count's 0-1. There's a shot in the right field. The rally continues for Midland. Fourth hit in the inning for the Chaparrals, and that'll bring up Kyle Lewis. Lewis batted in a run on a sacrifice fly back in the fourth inning. Good lead at first by Tirina, being held on by Widener. There's a ball outside, 1-0 to Lewis. Parker Ibrahimi is on deck. Throw to first, not in time. Looks like some action getting ready to start in the Howard bullpen. The 1-0. Curveball swung on and missed by Lewis, and the count is 1-1. Got Grayson and Weatherford coming up next. Slated for 4 o'clock. More than likely, it's going to be closer to 5. There's a ball inside. 2-1 to Lewis. Jackson's 2-1. Inside, and the count is 3-1. Matthew Dene, the left-hander, is on the hill in the bullpen, warming up very quickly as Lewis fouls it off. The count's now full 3-2 to Lewis. One down here in the fifth inning. A 3 spot on the board thanks to a 3-run homer by Xavier Melendez. Jackson comes set. He'll look at first. The payoff pitch. Pop up. And this is going to be fouled off. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming up to Lewis. Tirina at first. Payoff pitch. Fastball outside. Runners at first and second. Now we're going to get a trip to the hill by Trevin Sonier. So Midland, with 3 runs in the inning, they have 2 more runners on. Just 1 out. 3-run homer over the left field fence by Xavier Melendez. And Midland is poised to run away with this game. Ibrahimi will step up. He's 0 for 2. Jackson sets. Looks to first, now delivers. Here's a shot to center field. And it's going to drop in for a base hit. Stopping at third is Tirina. So Ibrahimi gives Midland their 5th hit of the inning, and the 8th batter of the inning is Andrew Taylor. Taylor with a pair of doubles and 2 runs batted in. Coming up here now with the bases loaded. Jackson looks in. Gets his sign, and the first pitch outside, 1-0. Trace Holcomb is on deck. Tirina at third. Lewis at second. Ibrahimi at first. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-1. Jackson gets a sign from Brousseau. The 1-1. It's a fly ball to second base. Infield fly rule was called. So there's 2 down. And the 9th batter of the inning for Midland is Trace Holcomb. Trace 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the second. And a pop-up on the infield. And the first baseman, Widener, will make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So Midland bats around in the 5th inning. They post 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and the bases were left loaded. We go to the top of the 6th inning in the elimination game between Howard and Midland. Chaparral 6, Hawks nothing. You're watching Region 5 baseball from Waco on the Centex Sports Network.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide
Lemont Sasaki will lead off the top of the 6th inning for Howard. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Midland. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Hawks. Matsuzaki, 1 for 2. He singled in the first. Bass in his 6th inning of work. Winds and delivers. There's a shot to left field. And that's going to be fair. And Matsuzaki will pick up his 2nd hit of the game, a double to the left field corner. That'll bring up the catcher, Mac Brousseau. Brousseau 0 for 1. He walked back in the 1st inning. Bat sets, he'll look back at 2nd. Now delivered. There's a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jimmy Dion is on deck. The 1-0. There's a call, strike 1. Matsuzaki at 2nd base. Bass is 1-1. There's a long fly ball, but underneath it is the center fielder Lewis. That will be enough to tag Matsuzaki. The play was closer than definitely expected. And there's 1 down. Brings up designated hitter Jimmy Dion. Jimmy 0 for 2. Here's a grounder to Rumfield. He'll take it by himself for the second out. But run will score. And Howard is on the board at 6-1. Brings up Matt Brandt. Brandt 0 for 1 with a walk. There's a fastball, a little bit out of the zone. And the count is 1-0. 1-0. Inside. The count's 2-0. Bass delivers a fastball, but a little bit outside, 3-0. Wind continuing to blow from right to left across your screen. The 3-0. And that misses inside, ball 4. A 2-out walk to Matt Brandt will bring up Landon Widener. Widener 0 for 2. Here's a pop-up into center field. Lewis will make the catch for out number 3. In the inning, 1 run, 1 hit. No errors. And 1 runner left on base. Through 5.5, it's a new score. Midland 6, Howard 1. You're watching the elimination game at the Region 5 Baseball Tournament in Waco. You're watching it on Centex Sportsnet.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our third.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
Martinez will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Led off a rally in the 5th inning with a single. Jackson deals a pitch across for strike 1. The 0-1. Shot to center field. The deepest part of the park, but right there is Garcia for out number 1. And that'll bring up Matt Guthmeyer. Matt 1 for 3. He scored a run back in the 5th. Small inside. 1-0 to Guthmiller. Justin Rumfield waiting on deck. The 1-0. High fly ball down the left field side. This is going to be out of play. The count's 1-1 to Guthmiller. Jackson's 1-1, curveball. She grounded to second, and it's mishandled at the. And now heading to second is Guthmiller, and he'll dive into second base. That's great heads-up baseball by Matthew Guthmeyer. So it ends up being a two-base error. And that'll bring up Justin Rumfield. Rummy's 0 for 3. There's a swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1 to Rumfield's. Xavier Melendez is on deck. He had a 3-run homer in the 5th inning. The 0-1. Inside corner. And the count is 0-2 to Justin Rumfield. Jackson looks in, he gets his sign. Guthmiller leads off of second. There's a slow roller to short, and unable to pick up the ball is Brandt. We'll see what the official scoring is as Guthmiller moves to third. And they're going to issue an error to Brandt. Now runners at the corners for Midland with one down, and that'll bring up Xavier Melendez. Melendez, 1 for 3, had a 3-run homer in the 5th. Jackson delivers. Ball low, taking off for second. On the headfirst slide is Rumfield, no throw. Count is 1-0 to Melendez. Brock Tiarina is on deck. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike to Melendez. The 1-1. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Melendez. Melendez, a product of Permian High School in Odessa. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1. And you almost kind of feel it's a intentional walk pitching around Melendez. (3-1) outside, ball 4. Now the bases are loaded, full of Midland chaparrals, and that will bring up Brock Tiarina. And we're going to get a visit, and we may get the entrance, Matthew Dene, into this ball game. And we will. So Jackson dealt 5 in the 3rd innings. Ate up a good ton of innings. So Matthew Dene will enter the ball game. Dene making his 19th appearance. All in relief, 6-1 with a pair of saves, 34 innings pitched. 27 runs allowed, 20 of those earned on 33 hits. Walked 15, struck out 19, a 5.29 earned run average. So Dene, a left-hander out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. So Midland with the sacks packed And one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Trying to stay alive in this Region 5 tournament. New Mexico Junior College has already staved off elimination with a walk-off 10-9 win. Make that 11-10. There were so many runs in the middle part of that ball game. But NMJC fights to see another day, which will be tomorrow. Tarina getting a little anxious. He goes up to the plate. He wants to get up there and he wants to hit. Don't blame him one bit. Andrews Product will step to the plate now. He's 3 for 3. 3 singles and 2 runs batted in. Dene winds and delivers. There's a foul as he's just underneath. And the count's 0-1. Kyle Lewis is on deck. Here's the 0-1. Grounder to second. Gutierrez will toss it over to second. Run has scored, so fielder's choice will land Tarina at first base. Melendez out at the bag. 2 down. It's now 7-1. I'll bring up Kyle Lewis. Here's a line shot. And this is going to one-hop the wall. Rounding third and staying put will be Rumfield. Check that. That'll be Tirina. Rumfield scores. It's now 8-1. Ibrahimi will take a ball. He singled in the 5th inning. Midland leading 8-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Dene winds and delivers. There's a strike call in the inside corner. And the count's 1-1. Andrew Taylor is on deck. There's a ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ibrahimi. Tarina at third, Lewis at second. Dene delivers. Shot to short. Brandt has a hard time handling it. A run scores. It's now 9-1. Third error of the inning for Howard. Runners hit the corners with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Taylor. Taylor with 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. Dene looks to first, now delivers. Swing and a miss. Taylor, the 8th batter of the inning for Midland. Throw over to first. Not in time. Winners bracket game on deck, Grayson and Weatherford. They're slated for a 4 p.m. start. However, we're about 20 minutes from 4 right now, and probably going to get a little bit of a late start. Janae throws the ball outside. A ball and a strike. The 1-1. Here's a fly ball to mid-range right center field. And Gutierrez will haul in the ball and make the catch. Midland sent 8 more to the plate in the inning. They give up 3 runs on 2 hits. There were 3 errors in the inning and 2 runners left on base. Go to the top of the 7th inning in this elimination game from McClinton Field. It is Midland 9 and Howard 1. You're watching Region 5 baseball here on the Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
Alan Hernandez will lead off the 7th inning. Bass will lead him off with a ball. Gutierrez and Large to follow here in the Howard 7th. 2-0 count. 9 runs, 10 hits for Midland. 1 run, 3 hits, 4 errors for Howard. The 2-0. Grounder to second. Melendez scoops it up, throws it to first, and there's 1 down. That brings up Christian Gutierrez. Gutierrez was hit by a pitch back in the 5th inning. First pitch is right down the middle. And the count's 0-1 to Gutierrez. Bass is 0-1, rides up inside. And the count's 1-1. There's a ball low. Gutierrez with a 2-1 count. Large is on deck. Here's the 2-1. Fastball up and away. 3-1 to Gutierrez. Here's the 3-1. Strike call. The count's now full, 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Bass. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. Eighth strikeout for Daniel Bass, and that'll bring up Tyler Large. Large singled up the middle, back in the 5th inning. And there's a ball upstairs, 1-0. Henry Garcia is on deck. Passes 1-0 in the dirt. 2-0. Bass's pitch hits Large in the backside. So Large will take first and bring us back to the top of the lineup for Howard. It's Henry Garcia. He's 0 for 3. Now time is called, and he called it a ball because the clock violation. Nope. Then they took the ball off the board, so nothing count. There's a shot into left center field. That's a base hit. Rounding second and heading for third is Large. He's going to get the go sign as they have a problem picking up the ball in left center field. Howard picks up the run. It's now 9-2 Midland. So Garcia ends up at second. Ends up being a double, and that brings up Lee Matsuzaka. He is 2 for 3. Now time is called. And Bass will stay in the game. Matsuzaki in the left-handed batter's box, and he is hit square in the shoulder with a pitch. Now runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Mac Verso. Verso 0 for 2 with a walk. There's a fastball right across the heart of the plate. And the count's 0-1 to Brousseau. Dion is on deck. The 0-1. Nice scoop by Holcomb. 1-1 to Brousseau. Passes 1-1 outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Garcia at second base. Matsuzaki at first base, both with leads. The 2-1 swung on and missed. And the count is 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the bottom, make that the top of the 7th. There's a ball low, and that loads the count up at 3-2. Bass taking his time. Here comes the payoff pitch. Shot to left, that's a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Garcia. He will score. Pulling into third is Matsuzaki. And pulling into second is Broussard. Or Brousseau, rather, sorry about that. It's now 9-3. Brings up Jimmy Dion. He's 0 for 3 as a run batted in. First pitch from Bass, upstairs, 1-0. Matt Brand is on deck. The 1-0, up and in, 2-0. Pair of runs in the top of the 7th inning. Howard trailing now by 6, 9-3. Matsuzaki at third base. Brousseau at second, the 2-0. Curveball, there's a called strike. The count's 2-1. The 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Dion, the 7th batter of the inning. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's now full, 3-2. Matsuzaki at third base. Brousseau at second. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Brandt waiting on deck. The payoff pitch from Bass. Grounder to Rumfield. Sprint to the bag. He'll beat the play. And that will do it for the inning. Seven batters coming that came up to the plate in the 7th inning for Howard. They pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. And 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is Midland 9 and Howard 3. You're watching Region 5 baseball, the elimination game from McClinton Field in Waco. You're watching it on Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
Trace Holcomb will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Midland Chaparrals. 9 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for Midland. 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors for Howard. Holcomb 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd. Danae winds and delivers. There's a ball low. And the count's 1-0. Jake Martinez and Matt Guthmiller to follow. The 1-0. There's a ball outside. 2-0 to Holcomb. (2-0) from Danae. Grounder to second. Gutierrez can't find the handle. That's Howard's 5th error in the last 4 innings. And that'll bring up Jake Martinez. Holcomb with the lead off of first base, being watched by Widener. Danae delivers. Outside. And the count's 1-0. Guthmeller's on deck. The 1-0. Shot into right center field. That's a base hit. Rounding second and heading for third is Holcomb. And the throw will come into second. And the Chaparral.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of
In the 6th inning. Danae looks over to first, peeks to third. Now he'll throw to first, not in time. Danae sets. Now the pitch to Guthmiller, inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Justin Rumfield is on deck. Danae sets. Here comes the 1-0. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Holcomb at third. Martinez at first. Danae now looks at third. Here's the 2-0. Inside, 3-0. Danae's 3-0. And taking all the way is Guthmiller. And the count's 3-1. Danae delivers. There's a grounder to second, and the flip throw is not in time. That's going to be, no, and they're going to give Guthmiller a hit. It's now 10-3. Martinez is at second as Holcomb crossed the play. Rumfield 0 for 4. He reached on an error back in the 6th inning. Danae delivers. Here's a towering fly ball to short center field. Underneath it is Garcia. He makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Xavier Melendez. Melendez 1 for 3, had a 3-run homer, which right now is proving to be the game-winning run batted in. So he hit it in the 5th inning to make the score 6-0. Janae looks back at second. Now delivers. Shot to center field. That's a base hit. Coming up throwing is Garcia, but staying put is Martinez. That will load the bases with one down for Brock Terina. Terina 4 for 4. He has scored 3 times. Danae looks and gets the sign from Brousseau. First pitch to Terina. And that fouls off the side of his foot. And the count's 0-1. Kyle Lewis is on deck. Midland now up to 13 hits. Most of these hits have been over the past 4 innings. Here's Janae's 0-1. Up and in. A ball and a strike to Terina. Once again, we'll have Grayson and Weatherford coming up. It's 4 o'clock now, so it's probably looking at somewhere between 4:30 and 5. A potential start time. The 1-1. Shot to right. And, that hit Melendez, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. No, actually the 2nd out of the inning. So Melendez is out due to contact with the baseball. Terina will be at first. So the bases remain loaded for Kyle Lewis. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's 0-1. Janae looks in. Runners leading at each base. The 0-1. Here's a shot to left field. And the catch is made by Large. And that will do it for the inning. 7 batters sent to the plate by Midland. They pick up another run on 4 hits. 1 error, and the bases were left loaded. We go to the top of the 8th inning in this elimination game at the Region 5 tournament. Midland 10 and Howard 3. You're watching Region 5 tournament action from Waco here on the Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
Ryan Martin will take over on the hill for Daniel Bass here in the top of the 8th inning. Martin, 4-1 on the season, 22 1/3 innings pitched, 24 runs allowed, 17 of those earned, 23 hits. Walked 13, struck out 25, 6.85 ERA as he'll pitch to Matt Brandt. There's a strike call. The count is 0-2. Landon Widener is on deck. There's a foul by Brandt. The count is 0-2. The 0-2 curveball is struck out to center field. Lewis on the run makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up the first baseman, Landon Widener. Widener 0 for 3. Martone delivers. Ball outside, 1-0. Alan Hernandez is on deck. There's a strike call, nice curveball. Counts 1-1. Howard running out of time. They have 5 outs in which to make up 7 runs and keep Midland off the scoreboard. Here comes the 1-1. Low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Widener. Martone delivers. Swing and a miss. And the count's 2-2. Martone from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The 2-2. Curveball just missed the inside corner. And the count's now full, 3-2. The payoff pitch. Fastball. Call, strike 3. First strikeout for Ryan Martone, 1 down. And that'll bring up Alan Hernandez. Hernandez 0 for 2 with a walk. Martone's first pitch, curveball on the inside corner. The count's 0-1 to Hernandez. Christian Gutierrez is on deck. Here's the 0-1. And that leaks over to the backstop. A ball and a strike. Travis White has a bat. He would bat for Christian Gutierrez. There's a swing and a miss. The count's 1-2. Martone's curveball dives out of the zone. The count's 2-2. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Second strikeout of the inning for Martone. 1-2-3 inning. For Howard, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. This elimination game between Midland and Howard. Midland 10 and Howard 3. You're watching Region 5 action from Waco here on the Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
Parker Ibrahimi will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for Midland. He's 1 for 4. Will be followed by Andrew Taylor and Trace Holcomb. Today delivers a ball low. And the count's 1-0. Taylor and Holcomb to follow. As Dene delivers a ball low. 2-0 to Ibrahimi. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Counts 2-1. 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for Midland. 3 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors for Howard. The 2-1. Shot to short. And it's backhanded by Brandt at shortstop. 1 down, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Andrew Taylor. He's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI. Dene delivers. Inside and low, 1 ball, no strikes. Trace Holcomb is on deck. Midland trying to stave off elimination in this elimination game. There's a fly ball to left field. This is deep, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Rounding first and heading for second is Taylor, his 3rd double of the game. Taylor 3 for 5 with 3 doubles. And that'll bring up Trace Holcomb. Holcomb 0 for 2 with a walk He was actually hit by a pitch. Janae Wilkin get the sign as Taylor leads off of second base. Here's a pop-up. Underneath it is the first baseman Widener in foul territory, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup, it's Jake Martinez. Martinez 2 for 5. Dene will look back to second. There's a ball inside. 1-0 to Martinez. Matt Guthmiller is on deck. The 1-0. It's fouled off. 1-1 to Martinez. Martinez, product of Veterans Memorial High School in Corpus Christi. Dene. Comes set. Here's the 1-1. Shot to center field. Garcia is underneath it. He'll make the catch for out number 3. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Midland is left on 12 through 8. Go to the top of the 9th inning. Last chance for Howard. In this elimination game, Midland 10 and Howard 3. You're watching Region 5 tournament action from Waco here on the Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this. You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this. You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Travis White will be the pinch hitter to start off the 9th inning for Howard. White hitting .384 on the season, .471 on base percentage, 6 homers, and 26 runs batted in. Martone in the second inning of work deals a ball outside, 1-0. Tyler Large and Henry Garcia to follow. 8-9-1 spots in the Howard order. Coming up here in the 9th, there's a curveball, low and away, 2-0. Reminder, 2 winners bracket games tonight. Grayson and Weatherford coming up 30 minutes after the completion of this one. And then later on, Cisco and MCC. Martone deals a strike. The count's 3-1. Three-one offering. There's a foul by White. The count's full 3-2. Anybody who was here last night for that MCC Howard game saw a little bit of a crazy crowd as White will take ball 4. So a pinch hit walk for White will bring up Tyler Large. The walk-off that was hit last night, the lights were flashing on and off. It was a big-time walk-off and a heck of a way to end a very, very long day. David Chandler will run for White at first base. There's a foul by Large. And the count's 0-1. Henry Garcia waiting on deck. Martone delivers. It's a strike call. And the count's 0-2. Midland 3 outs away from advancing into tomorrow's losers bracket quarterfinal. The 0-2 misses below the zone. Good receive by Holcomb, however, a little bit too much. And the count is 1-2. The 1-2 from Martone is fouled off. One-two count to Large. Martone rather. It's 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll bring up Garcia with one down here in the ninth. He's 1 for 4, doubled in his last at-bat, and also scored. Chandler with a good lead off of first, being held on by Rumfield. There's a strike call. The count's 0-1. Lee Matsuzaki is on deck. Howard down to their last 2 outs. Martone delivers. There's a foul towards the bus lot. The count's 0-2. The 0-2. Backhanded grab low. The count is 1-2. Martone peeks to first. The 1-2. Towering fly ball to left field. And the catch was nearly made. And pulling into second on the headfirst slide was Garcia. Thought that Tiarina might have robbed him of a home run. He did, but however didn't hold on to the ball. And that'll be a base hit for Garcia, so it ends up being a double. Chandler moves to third, and that'll bring up Matsuzaki. He's 2 for 3 with a hit by pitch. And there's the ball as it hopped up dangerously close to Matsuzaki. And the count's 1-0. Mac Berceau is on deck. Martone delivers. In the dirt again. Runner heads for the plate. He will score standing up. Chandler gives Howard their 4th run of the game. They trail 10-4. Garcia all the way to 3rd. And a 2-0 count to Matsuzaki. Here's the 2-0. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. (3-0) from Ryan Martone. There's a strike call. 3-1 to Matsuzaki. The 3-1. Call strike 2 right down the middle. And the count's now full to Lee Matsuzaki. Matsuzaki from Honolulu, Hawaii. The payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. Runners now at the corners. And that'll bring up Mac Berceau. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first base as Jorge Cartagena will take over. So Cartagena from Carolina, Puerto Rico, will take first base. Berceau, 1 for 3 officially. He had a double last inning. There's a long fly ball to Lewis. He makes the catch. And Howard is down to their final strike. And we're going to get a pinch hitter. It'll be Blake Bryant to bat for Dion. Bryant hitting .355, a .414 on base percentage, 3 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Martone looks to first. Now delivers. Ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Matt Brandt is on deck. The 1-0. Shot to second. And the flip is made. 4-6 on the fielder's choice. And that will do it for the game. Final numbers for Midland: 10 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. And Howard, 5 runs, 6 hits, and 5 errors. So Midland survives another day as they take home a 10-5 victory over Howard. So we'll be back in 30 minutes' time for one of the winners' bracket games. That'll be Grayson and Weatherford coming up here in just a little bit. You've been watching Region 5 baseball here on the Centex Sports Network. We'll rejoin you in a half an hour.